An African proverb mentions, "What an old man can see sitting down, the youth cannot see standing up." Brothers and sisters, wisdom is a very powerful thing. It puts together learned experiences and allows us to see things with meaning rather than with contempt. We often hear that common sense is not too common anymore these days, and maybe that's true. Wisdom, rather, is a gift. Once upon a time, an old pencil maker took his newest pencil aside, and just before packing him into a box, he imagined this little fellow as a person and recalled a few things about the pencil. "There are 5 things you need to know," he said to this pencil, "before I send you out into the world. Always remember these 5 things, never forget them, and you will become the best pencil you can be. The first thing is to remember that you will be able to do many great things, but only if you put yourself in someone else's hands. From time to time, you will experience a painful sharpening, but remember that this will make you a better pencil. Also, keep in mind that you will be able to correct any mistakes that you might make along the way, and the most important part of you is what's on the inside. And remember this as well, upon every surface that you are used, you must leave your mark. No matter what else happens, you must continue to write." The pencil was called to live this life with heart and purpose. Friends, how is it that we're able to make sense of the world around us? With so many things going on in the world, who do we listen to? Whose advice can we take? Who is smart? Where is the news fake? The Lord today, friends, implores us to listen and focus on that which lasts, on that which sustains, and on that which never dies. It is God, the peace and the joy that we seek. It is His mind that sets all things in motion. Therefore, cooperation in God's love is truly wise, because cooperation in the entity that created all that we can sense and all that we can observe is probably the smartest thing that you and I can do. Brothers and sisters, that is what's inside of us. God active, God alive, and is willing to use you to make a mark in the world. How then can we grow in wisdom? Here are 4 ways in which we can grow in the wisdom that the Lord Himself has given us. We can observe. We can listen to those who have come before us. We can examine ourselves with self-examination often. And we can think about the consequences of our actions, not just upon us, but to the world around us. We see in the first reading that making observations is critical in life. God gives us the senses to put into use, and when we learn from the folly of others, we get ahead in not making the same mistakes. There's a lesson to be learned in every action. Getting caught up on what another person has done to us inhibits growth and leaves no room for wisdom. Secondly, we listen to those who have come before us. God's wisdom speaks to us in many different ways, most notably in the Scriptures, where the prophets and saints have lived before us. In the second reading, we are given the setting where the people are expecting Christ to come back soon. And after 20 years, the Lord didn't come back. What did they do? They were called to live without expectation other than the love of God. Brothers and sisters, we cannot live life waiting for something on our own terms. Rather, St. Paul encourages the community to focus on the divine presence of now as a consolation to anxiety and worry. Thirdly, when we examine ourselves, we remain humble vessels, ready to soak up knowledge because we do not know everything. And that is okay. Certainly, we do not know when the Lord is coming, but we do know that he is present. Therefore, we live like it in every single moment. Fourthly, we think about the consequences of our actions. The foolish virgins in the gospel were to be accountable for their actions because accountability empowers us not to settle on the temporary satisfaction of the now, especially when we know that there is something better to be obtained. However, friends, there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of anxiety in this world. A lot of it has been due to trauma, hurt, pain, disappointment. It has been the prerequisite for a lot more self-imposed trauma and poor management of the world around us, be it family, friends, and yes, even coworkers. However, a person's behavior illustrates where they have been or come from. It does not illustrate who they are and where they are going. It is the Lord that gives us our being, and it is the Lord that is our destiny. In the meantime, he has given us a task to go and make of all disciples. And in order to do that, we must pay attention to him. Friends, wisdom is not letting the world define us. Wisdom is allowing the Lord to heal us and restore us so that we can do his work. The Lord is calling upon you today. Take advantage of this gift of wisdom that he has given you. Will you make use of it and persevere in the tough task of growth? Or will you wallow in pain? Will you wallow in misery and be left behind? Brothers and sisters, our destination is glory. Let us go there. Let us go there strong. Let us go there united. Let us go there in God's love. For whatever does not unite tears down. Whatever does not consider the well-being of the whole destroys. And whatever does not keep the goal in sight fails. And since we were never made to be failures, let us start winning. We can do that right now. We can start winning by offering our very selves. We can do that today and in every moment of our lives.